We don't see a lot of male leaders anymore. That's because his counterpart is not standing beside him. See, when they taught us history, they gave us the man in the spotlight, but they erased the woman who stood beside him. We have Barack and Michelle Obama. See, when the world saw them, the illusion shattered. They couldn't control that image. She didn't walk behind him, she walked with him. And at times, she led the way. See, their union wasn't perfect, but it damn sure was sacred. The one who anchored his rise. Because every time a divine masculine rose into influence, into leadership, 9 times out of 10, his counterpart was right there. She was holding the home, holding the frequency, and of course holding him. But they didn't teach us that. They severed the love and had us going against each other. They put him in prison and put all the weight of the world on the shoulders of the melanated goddess. And that was only so they could sever the power. Because when divine union stands in alignment, masculine and feminine, purpose and power, love and legacy, their system crumbles. We got Malcolm and Betty. They feared Malcolm's voice, but they feared his union even more. Because behind the fire was a woman of peace, power, strength, love. And that was Dr. Betty Shabazz. When they took him, she raised 6 daughters alone and carried the flame with dignity. Their love was not performative, it was prophetic. And it was dangerous to the system because it was rooted in purpose. And this is what they know. Now we have Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta. We all know Martin had a dream. But Coretta? Coretta carried the legacy. After the bullets, after the silence, she marched. She built, she spoke, and she mothered a movement. This was not a solo dream. This was a divine union. It's time we tell the story correctly. Then we have Marcus Garvey and his wife Amy. Now Marcus, he gave the people a voice, but Amy, she gave his message a lifespan. She published his work, edited his papers, and taught the world long after they silenced him. See, he led with fire, but she led with focus. And together they were a storm. Now we have Elijah, Muhammad, and Clara. Before the nation had a name, Clara saw the vision. She's the one who introduced Elijah to the teachings. She even held the people down when he fled for safety. But history silenced her too. That's what they do to the divine feminine. They make her invisible, even as she births the entire mission. So without Clara, there is no nation of Islam. And that's the truth. Now we got Harriet Tubman and Nelson Davis. After Harriet Tubman freed hundreds, Harriet still longed for love. Not because she was weak, but because even warriors need someone to come home to. And she found peace with Nelson Davis, a man she once nursed back to health. He wasn't famous, he wasn't loud, but he was present. For the woman who walked through shadows to lead others to the light, that was more than enough. So no, it was never just a man's world. It was a world built through divine union, then broken apart to keep us from remembering. But the remembrance is here. We are rising again. The divine masculine is healing, the divine feminine is rising, and love is returning to the throne. Ashe.